Hello, my battalion and viewers. I'm the Knight of Arcane, and today we'll be looking at round 2 of the Pokemon Johto Gym Leader Type Swaps, as voted on by Patreon. I think they look pretty good, and I believe you can still be able to tell who's who. Anyways, let's check out our Johto Gym Leader Type Swaps, shall we? Settled in a quaint little valley stands an enemy town, the Windy Town. The winds that go through the valley bring a nice, fresh air to the town, and make a gentle tune when passing through certain times of the day. Whitney found this to be the perfect place to start her flying-type gym. Originally a pilot from Goldenrod City, she wanted to find a more peaceful place to set up her new gym. Noticing the town when she had to land her plane due to some small engine problem she wanted to fix before it became an actual issue. Whitney fell in love with the beauty of the town, enjoying the peace and coming up with ways for the wind to tell the time by going through special structures and statues on the hour. Along with that, this is where the young gym leader was able to find her new ace, Millcraft. This ace pilot wants everyone to feel the peace and hear the song an enemy town provides people. But Whitney is still a trainer you don't want to underestimate. I've, had a little fun trying to figure out different ways to make her look like a pilot, but not be too pilot-like or look too similar to other gym leaders. But I gave her a scarf, gave her a giant coat, that looks like the, bomber jackets in a way, but has like a longer coat, and some goggles. For her hair, I wanted to try to make her little ponytails look like wings to fit the new flying aesthetic. I thought about having them lower. I thought of having pretty much 4. I guess maybe Fantina has the 4 buns, but stuck with just the 2 on the top. It can be kind of seen as the little Misty coated or the girl from Pokemon Coliseum, but I think it still works overall with this design. I did almost try to go with a purple and reddish orange color with the outfit. Tried it with a few places, but in the end stuck with a more blue, kind of almost greenish blue color, then a lot of light blue, since that's more of a color that relates to the sky and flying. I also like the little pose. It's kind of cute. Wanted something cute. I chose the name an enemy town because it's the Windflower, and wind is related to flying, so makes sense. It might make some people think of sea anemones, but oh well. I think it works. And then also Millcraft, because I needed to figure out something for that relates to flying. So aircraft, because it's Mill Tank, so Millcraft. Overall, I think Whitney makes a cute flying type gym leader, and I hope you agree. This weekly video was voted on by the patrons over on Patreon, who, starting at $3 a month, can vote on monthly and weekly art polls like this one, get early access to content, and get monthly art rewards, starting with character headshots. So if you can, head over to Patreon and become a patron today. Every little bit helps. Anyways, now back to the video. In a part of Johto that's more sand and desert than anywhere else, lies the small settlement of Sirius Town. Originally, it was set up as a way station, some place for trainers and travelers to stop at and refresh themselves from the heat before they moved on, until new ways of travel and new routes were made. Less and less people decided to come by Sirius Town, and it seemed it would become a ghost town, lost to the desert and time. Until Morty came around and decided to set up his ground-type gym there. The man was a stranger from out of the Johto region, his garb easily sticking out. But he heard about Sirius Town and decided it was the perfect spot for his gym, even more so after he saw it for himself. Slowly, more trainers and travelers are starting to return to Sirius Town, hoping to face off against Morty and his ace, Sangar. Just maybe, the two of them will be able to save the town in the end. It took a while to figure out what I wanted Morty to look like, especially since we didn't want him to look very similar to our rock-type Bugsy. So I decided to make him look like he's from a western, similar to Clay. So I gave him a cowboy hat, a vest, a poncho, and some other parts that just had a very cowboy vibe, and got this. I stuck with using browns where I could, along with also using a teal green and orange in a few places, like with the button-up shirt, gloves, and the pattern on the hat. Which, again, Clay has like that for the pattern also on his hat. But it fits really well with ground types, I think. Just a nice color that can work there and all. Used the charcoal brush at a few places for shadows, and then also the striped teal and orange parts on the poncho. Help it make it look more kind of rustic and in the West and all. Sirius Town is based off a genus of cacti, which also has like some have flowers apparently. And then also you can tell the ace is, Gengar, but with sand for like sand. A sand ghost, pretty much. Which isn't a new thing, but can be very interesting. I personally think ground type Morty looks pretty cool. Could use some work, but overall, happy with the result. And that was the Pokemon Johto Gym Leader type swaps round 2. There are definitely some interesting designs here, but were fun to come up with. If you'd like to see round 3 happen sooner, then make sure to head over to our Patreon and vote today on next week's poll. Let me know what you think of these gym leader type swaps in the comments below, and if you liked what you saw, then leave a like and subscribe to join our growing little Arcane town to be in the know of future videos, updates, and events. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later!